Hello everybody, it's your non-binary pal Gracious E.V.A here, and today is exciting because I'm doing another sketchbook tour. It's been a while since I've done one of these. This was the date that I did, this was the last video that I did that, and it was this long ago. And I've decided that I wanted to finally do another one. And today is going to be a very exciting one because I have not just one, not just two, not just three, not just four, but five whole sketchbooks to get through today. And yeah, so this is gonna be quite a long video because I got all of these ones. These are a smaller size, as you can see. The last few times I've done this, I did the bigger size for the sketchbooks, but this time I got really into the smaller sized ones, so I'm gonna be showing them all here, and this is gonna be a long one, so let's go ahead and get started with this first one. So this first one is actually a watercolor book, and this isn't my favorite type of watercolor paper. It's very textured, and usually I like smoother paper when it comes to my painting, so this one is a little bit challenging to get through because of that, but I did make some work in here, so let's go ahead and look at that. So this first one, we just have just a couple of scrap pieces of paper in here. This was a swatch page for one of my watercolor things, and this is like a little like testing of watercolor stuff. And then we have the first one. This is of Chris's old design in a little pastel uniform here, and you can see I started this in the beginning of 2024, so it's been a while since I started this one. But yes, this was the first one. I think I did this in gouache painting. And then this one was just a random character design, also done in 2024. I did this washi tape around it, but decided I liked it, so I kept it there. I can't remember what medium I did that one in. This one was an older design of a character I was considering for something. Yeah, I kind of like it. I did a little like purple border around it. Very textured. You can see I tried to do line art with the paint in the first one of these, and it's so textured. I don't really like how it looks, but yeah, it's all right. This one also a random character design. The proportions are super whack. They're just so whack. Like, oh my god, they're so whack. And I tried to do the line art with I believe a black brush pen here instead for this one. That's all right. It's alright. I think I did this with watercolor. These I made when I finished the first draft of the Mysteries of Hysteria script. Made these two to kind of celebrate that. It's getting revised, the first bit of the story, so this was just like for the first draft of it, but I really like it. I like the gradients I did. That's very nice. I like drawing Kaya. This was especially back in my Genshin phase. I don't play Genshin anymore, but I still like Kaya. And yeah, proportions also whack, but I like the outfit I put him in. This was going to be a painting about Henty from Honkai Star Rail, but I never finished it because I think I stopped liking it. Random eye. If I turn it around, I think that's actually Aki's eye from Gateways. Probably is. This was another character I was considering to be a character, and I drew them in this cool outfit. Kind of like it. Again, my proportions were rough. I think I think this is Xander. It's supposed to be like a dragon. Outfit's cool, and I like that. I like the colors a lot. I like this one a lot. I think it still looks good. For these ones, for some of these later ones, as you can see, I used an actual pen for the line art. I don't do that anymore, like hard pens, because the texture of the painting, even if it's not on like very textured paper like this, just the way the paint dries, it creates a texture. When I try to line over it with regular pens, it really damages the pen. So I don't do that anymore, but for these ones I did before I knew that. Some testing stuff, some sketches that were going to be paintings. This one is of Nyx's old design. I just still like this one, actually. I think I just mostly like the colors a lot on these. Yeah, I made this one in the summer, so I kind of went through this one a little quicker than I thought. Some swatches, sketches. I was doing a monochromatic thing, I remember. So I did a little painting of my Murray character, completely monochromatic, and then of Masaki in completely pink with a cute little cat bag. And then this one is of my Precure character, my magical character, Cure Equinox, I think was his name, who I hadn't drawn in a while. Actually, I've been drawing him in a long time, since this date, I think. But yeah, I really like how this looks. I drew this entirely with watercolor pencil, so yeah, and I think it turned out nice. This was going to be Lapis from Honkai Star Rail, didn't end up doing that. Random paintings here. And this one is the winter character from that magical lineup. I think Cure Blizzard? I can't remember what I named them. But yeah, I did like a pink and blue on this one. Actually, I really like this one too. Trying out some dip pins here. I don't know what that date is. The hell? What? What did I mean by that date? What was this date? Was this, I think this was 2025 when I made that, and I just got hella confused on the date. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to, I think it's supposed to be the 3rd of March in 2025, but I wrote 28. I don't know, but this was a dip pen. This was Kaichi. Tried doing some color dip pen. Yeah, well, some smears and stuff. I don't know why I didn't erase this one. But yeah, it looks alright. Another failed sketch thing. Was trying a technique here, it didn't work. And then the final one, when I finally finished this, oh yeah, big jump. So I finally finished this at the end of 2025, with Chris again in a new outfit. And yeah, I think I kind of like the first painting better a little bit. But you could definitely see the progress of like how I paint now. So yeah, and this was kind of rushed, so yeah. But yeah, that was this first sketchbook. Kind of quick, was all watercolor stuff. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one I had for a while. This is a mixed media one, so there's going to be a lot more types of drawings in here. I put some stickers. And yeah, this one I had for a little bit. It is a very different, it's, I think, US art supply, but I covered up the logo for that. And yeah, it's very, alright paper. I have 2 of these, so the next one's going to be right after this one. But yeah, it's alright paper. As you can see, the cover gets damaged like super duper easily. So yeah, those are my things with this type of sketchbook. There's another type of sketchbook that I like way better. It's my favorite type of sketchbook. I will show that in a little bit. But yeah, this type of sketchbook, US Art Supply mixed media, that's alright. Paper's a little bit thinner than I would like it to be, and I don't like the soft plastic cover. First page wasn't actually any artwork, but I do have a bunch of stickers that I wanted to save from other things. And then I kind of dripped around in the sketchbook a lot. I think towards the end I was trying to finish it up. But here we have a little doodle of Kaya again. These ones I don't have dated, so I don't know when I drew them all, but I know this one was later, and so was this one. Random character design, kind of based on these stickers. I do that a lot. Random doodles. I tried doing this technique of like covering up like marker stuff with sticky note doodles. I don't really do that anymore, but it was something I was trying. Another drawing of a dragon, then I'm finishing some random character designs with highlighter. Again, just trying to finish this up. And then a painting. I did this one a lot earlier in this book, 2024. This one was done in gouache. This paper is really light, like it isn't like super heavy duty, so I was able to get away with painting with gouache, but with not that much color. And you can kind of tell because there's a lot of texture here, but I do like this. Again, more random character designs. Oh, I think they're D&D, like character designs, random ones I was making. And then another painting with the washi tape still there because I liked the way it looked. Not a big fan of that one. Character design thing. I was in a bit of an art blog thing, so I was trying to come up with a character, or I was trying to come up with an art series for me to do. I didn't end up doing it. Random sketches. Oh, random sketches here too. This one is of Nick. This was a full-on marker drawing I did. Didn't like it. I would definitely have done quite a few things differently now, but I do like it as a background. I never do that. This was also done in 2024. This one was done at the end of 2024, so you can see the timeline here a little bit. And then, yeah, full on marker bleed. I didn't even try to cover that up. Another sketch. These were very early designs for my character Amelia, who is a ghost character in Guardian Angels. But yeah, these were earlier designs when she had a different concept. These were gonna be paintings and ended up doing anything with them. Oh, this one is rough sketches for my Minecraft character, who looks like this. And I want to make a video about that someday. I will someday. I will, hopefully, maybe. Failed painting. I used way too much water on my gouache, and you can tell it didn't look good. Thumbnails I drew, and this one actually ended up being the one I drew for Chris's first drawing with his new redesign. And then these were going to be different things. I ended up drawing this one at least, or painting that one. Yeah, I quite like that. And then skipped a few pages because there are some stuff that I'm like, I kind of don't want to show that, or like it's like some journaling stuff or whatever. But yeah, this next one is of Argenti, a painting of him, and I still really like how this looks. Yeah, it was done in gouache, and I think it's one of my better gouache paintings, honestly. I really like how this looks. It was done in 2024 as well. Yeah, honestly, I still really like it. Some painting stuff. Oh, these were the first ever concept sketches for Wisteria and Grimm. These were their first ever concept sketches. Wow, look at them. This is their first looks. And then this was a painting I did based on this sticker. So I made a character that looks like the sticker. That's cool. That's neat. And then I tried to do that again here. I do like this design, but I didn't end up finishing the piece. Don't know why. This was going to be a Spider-Verse character, because I wanted to do that. I was trying to make a Spider-Sona character, but thought I'd make a separate character, Spider-Verse character. Didn't end up doing that. Random stuff. Random design stuff here. This right here was one of the first concept sketches for Sky Shroud, my D&D character, who's an elf barbarian. There's some thumbnail sketches. A lot of just random stuff in here, honestly. I didn't realize how much, like, random stuff. Oh, okay, this one was a marker drawing of it was a redraw of another drawing that I did in one of my older sketchbooks from many years ago. And yeah, this was a redraw of that, and I still like it. Ears are big though. Those are huge ears. Oh my god. Random like scrapbooking thing I tried doing. This was a sketch I did for some Christmas cards, and these were some experimental drawings with like playing with lighting. I did this one in marker and this one in gouache. I used a little bit more water than I should have here, but that's okay. These were some sketches. This was done during an art block time, and so I was trying to do some sketches for some Draw This in Your Style challenges that I had seen, because I thought that would be a good way to do get out of that, and I did a whopping 2 out of all of these. Those were the only ones I did, so and then this one's a painting. This one's of my dragon character Janius. I really like this. Where are his arms? I don't know. They're not there. That's okay. Ooh, okay, so random doodles there, but these pages are really fun because these are the first ever concept sketches for Zach's redesign. There they are. There's where they came from. Yay, look at them. Wow. Yeah, this was a while ago, but these were the pages I showed in that video where I talked about their redesign. More random redesigns, random drawing. Random eye drawings, I believe. I kind of like how they look though. Oh, this painting. I made a whole video about this with the eye. That head looks very off now. I do not like how that head looks. Or a lot of this, actually. I don't think I like that one anymore. Sketches. I turned this one into an art piece. This was supposed to be a random OC challenge. Of sketches for North. This is the first time I designed North in their outfit. So yeah, that was sketches for that. Concept sketches for Cast's first after design, back when he was Cathal. Yeah, he had like this design for a while. It was similar to that one. Yeah, he had it for quite a long time. Random. Oh, no, not random. This is the first designs of Live's dead boyfriend, who was named Ash at the time, but I renamed him to Onyx. And this was the page that I did for the first concepts of Chris. And that's really fun. It's really fun looking back at like when you're looking at like designs that you love now and seeing how you got there. And it's like, yeah, this is Chris. This like, especially this hair is very him. Well, this one actually is more so. And the open back thing is, yeah, it's very, very fun looking at that. Trying to draw arcane characters. I always struggled with drawing arcane characters. I haven't tried drawing them in a while though, so maybe I could try going back and drawing them and see if I could actually accomplish how I want them to look. This was a drawing I did. I was gonna make a video about this. I kind of didn't end up doing that. I have this really old marker set with my first ever alcohol markers, and they were like a Hobby Lobby brand, which I don't support. And it would, yeah, they're very interesting. They're all right, but they have this really weird thing where they bleed like crazy. And I don't mean like your normal marker bleed, but like look at this. Look at the yellowing. That's like from like some weird color transfer. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. I was gonna paint these little sketches with like the little desserts. Didn't end up doing that. A doodle of Xander, I think. Painting of an eye. That was going to be a thing. Here's Gaming again. I drew him and Xavier a lot more than I remembered. But yeah, there's Zach again in their new design. A little drawing I did because I really liked their new design and still do. Still love them. Wow. Random drawing, I think. Just going with like a grayscale thing. Random drawing. Oh, I got soft pastels and I swatched them out. Oh, okay, so random sketches there. It's freerun. I drew freerun with some dip pen. I think this was back when I first got a dip pen, actually. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, it's good with some ink. Did some painting as well, and I still like it. It's nice. This is a little drawing doodles I did for the end of 2024. Going into 2025, I like to do that. It's a little like it's a thing I do. I actually don't remember if I did that last year for 2025. Did I do that at the end of 2025? I don't know. I have sketchbooks from that time, so maybe we'll see if I did do that. But then another Victor doodle here, random doodle, some cool eye things. Also Reposo C challenges, and this is the one that I made Zardine. This was their first concept sketch. Took me a while to come back to this and actually do the drawing a video for it, but yeah. And then this one's of Kenta. I really like this one still. It was like scribbly dip pen style, and yeah, suits him really well. Yeah, super grungy. I like it. Yep, and then random doodles here, and then for this last drawing, I did a version of just Wisteria when I was still figuring out their new look as a witch, and I really don't like this. Looks rough, but that's okay. I was still figuring things out. And yeah, oh, I have this little pocket. I made this with the other sketchbook, I believe. So yeah, all done, finished by that date. That's the date I finished this. So yeah, I was that sketchbook, and the next sketchbook we have is actually the exact same style as that last one. And yeah, as you can see, I also put a bunch of stickers on this one. Little rainbow mustache, that's fun. Trans flag, yeah, not as many stickers as last time, but some stickers on this one. And as you can see, the cover is so pretty floppy. So yeah, let's get into it. This one I started early 2025. With the drawing of E.V.A that I kind of left unfinished for a long time. This whole sketchbook, I think, only took me a few months. I tried to go through it fast because there was another sketchbook that I got that I really wanted to start working in, and I wanted to finish this one before doing that. So some of these are pretty quick. Some Honkai Star Rail fan art sketches, some layouts. Don't remember. Let's see. That's just a little hard. Yeah. Okay. It's a cool marker drawing of a random character design that was done and also in 2025. Oh, this was the first little doodle I did for Pal's redesign, who's like my mascot / Sona of the channel. This was like an experimental drawing I did with charcoal and highlighter marker. I don't really like how it looks. Random character design sketches. I think this was going to be expression characters, and this I believe is Herb Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom when I got back into that. These are concept sketches for my murder character and the Prince Victor and Karl. So yeah, this was when I was first coming up with that, and they ended up looking like very similar to these designs. Actually, this is just straight up Karl in the end. Doodles, really cool marker marker drawing over here. I really like how this turned out. I drew this while I was out at one point. Yeah, cool butterfly theme. Karl and Victor again, some more concept sketches for them, trying to use color to see what I want their colors to be. Some thumbnails for like a little traditional comic project that I did in one of my other sketchbooks. These 2 pages were concept art for a project I was gonna do, and actually ended up kind of completely doing, which was redesigning E.V.A from Genshin Impact. Since her design, a lot to desire, a lot of issues with it. But I wanted to try to see if I could redesign her, but I ended up finishing that, unfortunately. So yeah, random sketch. Some dip pen practicing here. Just ended up practicing that. A lot of swatches over here. More thumbnails. Oh, like highlighter marker doodle here that I did also while I was out. Oh yeah, this is a drawing I did on my birthday, actually. It's right there. Which I drew Lai in like a fairy themed outfit. I still like how this looks. And then the sketch of it is right next to it, because I did it on a separate thing and used my light box to trace it before finishing it. So yeah, use this with gouache as well. It looks a little watery. Probably could have. Actually, I don't remember. I think I might have made this into a speed paint. Did I make this into a speed paint? I might have. I don't remember. Some more gouache practices, marker practices. Kaishi, little redesign of his, little concept art of his redesign. This was when I was starting to think of redesigning the Haikyuu's Magical World characters. Swatches. These were concept art for another painting I did, which is this one, which is Hatsune Miku as an alien. And then also more H&W character designs. But yeah, I also still really like this painting. I think I was going to turn this into a speed paint, but then never did. But that's okay, because I like how it looks, but it's good to just be in here. I was done that date. And yeah, I saw the thing paint, because I was like, I'm going to paint this, but I kept the sketch there. That's funny. Or the reminder there. Yeah, and then, okay, yeah, so on this side I have the sketch for that, and then on this side is actually a drawing I did a lot later that I glued onto the back of that, which is when I got acrylic markers for the first time and started playing around with them. As you can see, yeah, I did this in the middle of the year, so a couple months later. I think I did this actually towards the end of the sketchbook and ripped it out, put it back here, just to fill out space. And yeah, I like it. It's E.V.A and like this cool like rainbow crop top I found. A little expression challenge with Karl. Don't know why. I think I just wanted to doodle something. This was going to be something, don't remember. These were going to be for a project where I drew eyes in different mediums and different colors, which I did actually end up doing. In fact, here, I'll show you. So I have all different mediums. I have a red eye here for with dip pen ink. I have orange with soft pastel. I have yellow with, I believe was that wash or watercolor? I think that was watercolor. And then this one was green with marker. This one was blue with watercolor markers, which is a little different. And also done in more cold press paper. This one was gouache, I believe. I can tell because of this texture was streaky, and I wasn't the best with gouache at this time. This one was black and white with charcoal, obviously, and this one was digital with pink, a little bit of blue. I think I was doing a pride flag theme. So yeah, I might try that again at some point, but yeah, I still have these. I don't know what to do with them. Trail drawings, some sketches. This is a painting I did of my character Blake, who's a D&D character. Drow, warlock, space themed. I still haven't played them. Really want to play them one day. But yeah, I like how this looks. I think this was one of the first drawings I did where I actually used my watercolor pens / markers for doing the line art. Instead is where I figured out that actually works way better than using my normal pens, because it doesn't ruin my pens. And then a little glittery drawing behind that, and the sketch of that beforehand. I think I remember. Yeah, I did this on the next page. Some gouache practices, because like I said, I wasn't the best with gouache at this point. Still a little streaky, but I do like how they look. And these were going to be concept art for like a suit card theme artworks I was going to do. I was going to make new characters for that. And then I did some cool marker sketches based off of some stickers that I had. This one's a little axolotl, my little axolotl character. I think that's cute. This one's a sort of fairy character with these stickers as inspo. Yeah, it's a fun challenge doing that, making a character / drawing these off of the stickers you have. I think that's fun. Drawing there. This was going to be a study. Ended up finishing that. This one is of Jal with their hair super sparkly, and experiment playing around with the new marker technique of making things look super sparkly. And I really like how this looks still. Super nice. Wow, look at that. And I ended up coloring it in their clothes for some reason, but I that's fine actually, because I think that makes it look better. Yeah, wow. Failed drawing of, I was going to draw a Venturine from Honkai Star Rail. Didn't end up finishing that. But I did draw Boot Hill. I drew Boot Hill from Honkai Star Rail because I love him. I'll always draw him. Yeah, all of these were done pretty short. For some reason, I wrote down the actual month date. I'm not sure. And then it was a failed doodle there. But yeah, this was done in gouache. That was okay. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. A lot of them ended up looking very streaky. The drawings of E.V.A. The sketch for that one. Concept art for character design. I don't remember. Oh, these were from a random OC challenge. I don't remember exactly, but it was a thing. And then this was going to be a failed drawing. This is a random drawing of an eye I did to fill up space. And then this one is the drawing that I made from that one concept sketch I did back here. Of this one, of the random OC turned into a full drawing. And I actually really like how this one looks too. Super cool. And then another turning stickers into characters challenge. I did these and turned them into one character that I actually painted. And I like how that looks. Again, very streaky. It might just be this paper though, because all of them end up looking pretty streaky. Sketch for that. This ended up being thumbnail art for a drawing that I did. And some more concept art for my characters. Ooh, this is fun. So concept art for Celine, and I think these, so I showed some concept art of Cast in the last sketchbook, and then this is just like continuations of that. Sparkly eye. Sketches, I tried drawing these traditionally to see what that would be like for a digital artwork. A little experimental piece, just playing around with like the color and stuff. Actually, I really like how this ended up looking. I'm not sure about my choice of choosing glitter, although if you look at it from the right light, the effect really works. It's just when you look at it straight on and it's a dull, it doesn't work as well, but from a right light it does. So yeah, I also think this one might have been a bit more of a venti piece. 2025 was rough for my mental health. Anyway, let's move on. Don't remember what these were for. This was me trying out a technique of using a colored pencil as a base for marker to make them blend better, and it actually did work quite well. So I'm gonna show I tried it here on this drawing, and I think it looks quite nice. You can see a little bit of the streakiness though, but that's okay. Makes it look a little painterly. That was a concept art for a Lie outfit. More concept art. This was for some redesigns of Captain and Shido and those characters. It was going to be another drawing I did with, but I for some reason never finished that. And then this was also going to be a drawing about Henty from Honkai Star Rail. I finished that. Some of these were unfinished. Actually this might have been the first drawing I did with alcohol marker. No, this was the first drawing I did with acrylic marker to see how well it covers things up. There were some other doodles before, but I turned this one into a full-on drawing, and then this one was the sketch for that first acrylic marker drawing that I did. Failed little like collage thing I ended up doing. Drawings here it ended up doing. And then we're almost at the end, so this was just a little doodle sketch of long flowy hair with my watercolor markers, and then Lie as in a grape outfit with some wine. It's very Greek inspired. But yeah, I finished this in the June of 2025 and started it in February. And yeah, so I did like this. I liked it a lot, but I was wanting to finish it so I could start this one. So this, I covered it up because I have this artwork in front of it instead. It's a mixed media Canson sketchbook. I do like their sketchbooks a lot. And this one has a nice hardcover. And this brand of sketchbook especially is like my favorite type of sketchbook to do like complete artworks in. It's a perfect size. The paper is super nice and works for all mediums, especially wet mediums. I don't think it's the best for like charcoal and soft pastels, just because of how like thick the paper is. I think it doesn't like work super well on that, but for wet mediums like ink, paint, marker, it works great. And yeah, the first thing you can see is E.V.A, his old design, drawn on some black paper with acrylic marker. And I still really like how this ended up looking, and I'm glad I put it on here. I used the black paper because obviously the rest of this is black, so it kind of ends up blending in super well, except for the stickers I used around it to stick it down. But yeah, looks really nice. Drew this later in the year, so yeah, I really like how this looks. So that's the first page. And the second one I got here is a little ink drawing I did. I did this, I think, like right after I finished the other sketchbook, because I really wanted to get started on it. And then because it had been a while since I used this sketchbook, I wanted to do a little material test list of all the things that work with it, and a lot of these work well. You can see barely any bleed through on the other side. I even was able to do some sketches. Obviously the marker bled through, but honestly not that much compared to some other sketchbooks I've used. And then yeah, you can see here like what I mean. The pastels and the charcoal look like super duper textured on this type of paper. I'm not sure why, but yeah. And then paints worked well. So yeah, this is a great sketchbook. I love this type of sketchbook. And I drew out Hinty on this one, the acrylic marker again, as a vampire. And I still really like how this ended up looking. The only thing about some of these old drawings is how squishy the face is. It's so funny. Just these past few months, my style has changed so much that my faces look really different now. They're a lot longer. They're less squishy. So this looks a lot squishier, and this too, and like more round than how I usually draw faces now. So it is a little bit jarring seeing that. Unfortunately, that's like the only thing about this. If I could just like bring the chin down a little bit, that would be great. Drew these while I was out of town. I drew this like cool charcoal and acrylic marker drawing. I like how this looks for the acrylic markers, like the pops of color, the little trans colored artwork, and then some highlighter. No, these were done with acrylic marker. Little like comic panel thing, concept art, some painting sketches. The paint bled a little bit on the line art, so it ends up looking a little bit messy, but that's okay. Sketch, just random, as it even says, random number one. That was just random. Little glitter marker drawing there, more concept art. This was a sketch for this painting that I did, a little alien character. Really like how that looks, actually. And then what is this? Oh, this is for a project I did. This was the thumbnail I ended up using for my redraw for E.V.A. I don't remember what that was for. I think this was going to be me drawing a human version of this character, but it ended up finishing it. And then another alien character, and then the sketch for that. This was when I first watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and I drew fan art for that. And then some concept sketches over there. I got these washi tapes when I think I was trying to make art with that. Tried to draw a little scenery here. Yeah, I remember I was trying to do this really cool scenery and tried to paint it here with some watercolor pencils. These are nice. Drew this with the brush pen. I think this was when I first got my brush pen that I really like using, and some acrylic markers. And then this is Zach in a nice little outfit. They look cool. I think this might have been concept art for Null, maybe? That might have been. And then a drawing I did with this in mind. Kind of ended up just being like a little sketch, but that's okay. I was going to draw a boot heel here, but it didn't end up finishing that. I was going to draw 3 of my characters as if they were from K-pop Demon Hunters. That would have been fun, but I didn't end up finishing that. I got close, but I ended up finishing that. A nice little brush marker kind of inspired drawing. I'm surprised that didn't bleed through. What did I use for that? Oh, that acrylic marker. That's what I used. And then drawing of Lie. Really like how that ended up looking. These are all of Lie's old design, but he was still white. White Lie jump scare. Oh no. But yeah. Drawing with soft pastel. This was the only drawing I did completely with soft pastels. And you can see why. Like I said, kind of a little rough on this paper. So I don't recommend this sketchbook for dry mediums like this. But there's tons of other sketchbooks that work better for that. Even like I find like even like cheaper sketchbooks, like the ones you get that you think are going to work well with all mediums, but then end up not working with all mediums. Those end up working just fine with dry mediums too. So yeah. And then some drawings of Leo. I think I was maybe doing some character concept work there. Oh, this was a sketch I did for a traditional comic page. Random doodles, some eyes, ink pen, drawing of one of my characters from Gateways, which I don't think I've named, but they're one of like the grand mages. And sorry about the weird reflection there, but this was some concept art for a character that I don't actually remember too much about. Okay, so yeah, I don't remember them, but they look cool. Some fan art I made of Nanook from Honkai Star Rail, making them look more messed up, and somehow I was able to get their skin and hair like the exact same value, and I don't know how I did that. Sketch for that. This was the colorization of that other concept art that I did before. I colored it in and I don't really like it. But I like this. This is cool. I think I did this based off of a random mood board, I believe. Cool like scratchy scratch art that I did on a card. And then a traditional artwork, or traditional sketch I did for digital artwork. This one was for charcoal drawing. Some concept art for Leah's redesign. Concept art for Yasuo. Kenta, drawn with color. Little watercolor drawing there. And then this one is of E.V.A. And I actually really like how this looks. It looks super nice. I drew this one recently, actually. Actually, most of this was done recently. But yeah, I really like how they look here. It's a super nice painting. And then the sketch for that. Some character concept art. Drawing of a cloud that I thought was cool. Field drawing. Random drawing of a character that ended up actually inspiring my character Fog, who is a half-orc bard. And then some more concept art for Fog. And then a random drawing here. And then this is blank. This is some concept art, but this is blank. A little concept, like, not concept, but like a comic style layout thing with a lot of stickers. I put a sticker over here because I didn't like how that looks, but I actually quite like how that ended up looking. Sketches of a character, and then this is some sketch work that I did for a traditional animation that I did that I have in my I have in a binder, and I will show that to you after this, but for the last sketchbook. But yeah, this is the sketch work and planning for that. And then some more artworks here. This was the colorization of that other character from the last page. Looks alright. Really like how this looks. This is North, with some more color there and some cool flower. Yeah, that looks cool. I like how that looks a lot. And a random drawing blank. Some more concept art for how some of my characters are going to look later on in Gateways. And then this is a painting I did. I don't remember what it was inspired by, but I don't really end up like how it looks. I think, I don't know, something about it looks a little off. And then concept art, a lot of concept art, and a little sketch thing that ended up happening. This was the sketch for that other painting. I actually think it looks way better. I think this looks way better than the other one, which sucks. concept art for Echo, and a random tiefling drawing, but I really like how it looks. Those horns are crazy. Yeah, little wisps. I drew this with acrylic marker. Drawing of Chris, I never ended up finishing. This is another drawing I did on the block paper, trying to make it look really sparkly and glittery, and I pasted it in here. Some like portrait studies from Pinterest, and another drawing of Ricky based off of what he might look like in the future. Lie with blue hair, a little random charcoal drawing thing. These were for another upcoming painting, and this one is a fog in their finished design. Fully designed there. Really like how they end up looking. Giving them the sketch for that. And then this really nice drawing of North. And then this is a drawing I did. I can't remember his name, but he's one of the characters in Touchstarve, which is like a horror romance novel thing. And he looked really cool, so I decided to draw him here. Didn't end up finishing that, but this one, it was when I discovered a new style of coloring, which you kind of just go all over the place with all your different mediums, and I drew Zach in the non-binary colors, and you can hardly see it, but it's supposed to say non-binary joy, and I drew Zach, and that was really fun to work on. And then I did it again here, Trans Joy, with the character Satoshi, more typical style of coloring for me. And yeah, I did dip pen too. And I like this. Satoshi looks like this, and he's trans, and I drew him there. Drew this, I guess, to celebrate October. October happened, and I wanted to celebrate that with a cool drawing here. That looks cool. And then I drew E.V.A as if they were seen and emo from the 2000s. I always imagine, I headcanon E.V.A as being more seen, if they were as seen, but seen and emo probably in their 20s, but then we're cottagecore now in their 30s, which is what age they are now. Yeah, but I imagine if they were in the real world and they were and they lived in the real modern world, or a world that's more similar to modern world, this is what they would look like in their 20s. And then this is based off of a random OC challenge, and I really like their design, and I'm considering reusing this for an upcoming D&D-esque game, considering it. And then this is the final page, actually. This is Zach and a really cool outfit. I really like how this ended up looking. I think I drew this majority with acrylic marker. Yeah, but yeah, looks really cool. Really like how it looks. And then that was it. This was gonna be something I never did. But yeah, that was this sketchbook. And yeah, I really like how this ended up being. I went through it a lot quicker than I intended. I just had such a good time with it that I ended up finishing a lot. But yeah, these type of sketchbooks are my favorite. Love these a lot for like finished artworks. All right, and now it's time, finally, for the final sketchbook of the video. So this one actually did have an appearance in my video about my Drawtober stuff that I did in October, because I did a few concept sketches in here. We're gonna go over that. This is really thick, very big, thick book, sketchbook, sketchbook. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I finished the whole thing. Yeah, I still have like a few pages in here. Look, I was really getting tired of this book and wanted to move on. This sketchbook is very different from my other ones that I showed. They're multimedia. This isn't really multimedia. It can be used, but the paper is really light that you're gonna have a tough time with some of the multimedia in here, or using multimedia in here other than like dry stuff or stuff that doesn't like really bleed through or buckle up the paper too much. So pencils and stuff, which is fine for me. I actually do like having a sketchbook like this for concept art and stuff, and like sketches and all that. But for full-on artworks, it's not great. And I remember having this was like my only one for a while. So yeah, it took me a bit. This first page on here is the cover, and it's a drawing I did of Nick using that cool like messy coloring style I talked about earlier, pink and blue, and yeah, and then I used acrylic marker to write that out on top, and some stickers that are peeling off a little bit, but that's okay. So let's get into it. Also, this is the only one in this video that's perfect bound, and these are actually designed like this. They don't have a spine. I think it's so that they lay flat better. We got a couple sketches in here that I put in here that I used for artworks and other stuff. Okay, so the thing about this book is that it fell apart a lot. Actually, it is currently trying to do that. So yeah, not the greatest sketchbook. I wouldn't recommend this one, but it kept falling apart, and I was originally going to do a double page spread here, but that didn't end up happening. But part of the sketch still remains of that, and you can see I started this in October. This is material list, and a lot of stuff worked okay. But I could already tell just from this that it wasn't going to be the most multimedia friendly sketchbook. And this is the remains of that sketch from the other one. This is the full version of it. This is a new D&D character of mine. I say D&D, but it's not a D&D game. Or it's not like traditional D&D. It's D&D-esque. And this is the character that I'm playing in that game currently, and I decided to do a sketch of them. And then some anatomy practice sketches. You're going to see a lot of stuff like this in here because, like I said, this ended up being more like a concept book art. So this started the process for the artworks I did for the Inktober challenge that I did in October. So yeah, I have like some very loose sketches. Oops, something is trying to concept what I was going to do for each prompt, and that ended up being super helpful. And I wanted to try to do the majority of them traditionally. I think I actually did all of them traditionally. And I think about it, I think I ended up doing all. Did I do all 10? I think I did all 10. And they were all traditional. So yeah, let's go through them. Oh, except the last one. I remember I did the last one digitally. So this was the first one. If you want to know more about these artworks, you can watch that video, so I won't repeat much stuff here, but this one was done with ink and a little bit of collage work there with some dead flower petals. This one is also more collagey. It is soft pastel and acrylic marker, soft pastel and graphite, plus acrylic marker. I did a little cool effect here. This one was done with alcohol marker. And again, doing that messy coloring technique. Watercolor, actually done on watercolor paper, and I glued it into here just so I can do a whole flip through like this. Pen, I think, I forget. These two were done with charcoal. This one was done with colored pencil, and this one was done with ink. And I think that was all of them. Yep. This is going to be something I don't remember. This is character design concept for my character Morgan. More of that. They're the god of death and one of my stories. So some of that. Oh, skip a page. More of that here. This is concept art for a potential character I want to add in the Demonic Miracles universe. I like the start of these, but I think I'm going to go a slightly different direction. I want them to be one of the villains, one of the main villain group. So yeah, I'll probably get back to these at some point. Cool artwork I made. I was actually initially going to make this the cover, this one here, but I didn't for some reason. But yeah, nice drawing of lie. And I did this with some marker, and as you can see, it does actually hold up some marker all right, so that's good. Some concept sketches. Oh, we got concept cityscape sketches, more concept sketches. This was back when Demonic Miracles was going in a very different direction. And these were going to be the demons. And I've actually talked about that in previous videos. So if you go back to watch those, ignore all of it because it is now very different, like I talked about before. But these were concept sketches for that, and then a sketch of Lie. Old Lie, by the way. That's his old design. And then drawing of Zach. Again, watercolor paper that I pasted into here. Yeah, it was cool drawing there. These were going to be a spread, but I didn't end up doing that. Some concept art of, I think I was going to do expressions, but this is of a different take on River that I actually ended up doing. I did end up redesigning them a little bit. And then a little list for myself. Some thumbnails. And then this was, oh, I talked about this character in the last sketchbook. There's an OC I made using random stuff. And this is a painting I made for them. Concept art stuff here for Demonic Miracles again. Some more concept art. This is going to be for something. And then this is a sketch of the Blue Tail from Honkai Star Rail, because I love them. This is a drawing of Nyx. Nyx is a character I've had for a while. I kind of abandoned them a little bit because I've taken some of their elements and put them into other characters. But I might bring them back. I was thinking of bringing them back into the Demonic Miracles universe in some way. But I do really love their design. Maybe they were going to be in my Hikes Magical World story. And they might still be because I do love their design. But yeah, that's them there. Drawing there. Some concept art. I forget what these were going to be. I don't know. Oh yeah, drawings. I think random OCs again. I colored this and didn't end up liking it, so I didn't end up coloring this one. And I'm fine with that because I do still like how that looks. Ideas for painting pumpkins, I think, because I like to paint pumpkins for Halloween. Yeah, this is during Halloween time. This was some stuff that I got for Halloween that I decided to collage. So little candy and then a scratch art thing I did. And then I was going to draw a lie there. Someone's flipping you off. I don't know who that was going to be, but someone is. Some notes here, and then again going back to that quest. This is a character named Lucid who's going to be in Demonic Miracles. I do actually really like this design, and I actually made that design finished. So I don't know. I don't think I'll bring them back into the Demonic Miracles universe. Maybe I will, but I do like their design, so maybe I'll bring them back. Them and there was another one, Paralysis, that I also designed, but I might just be Lucid because I like their design better. And then yet again, more concept art for that villain character I was talking about. Concept art for a potential different direction for Mysteries of Hysteria. Obviously I'm not doing that, I'm just revising it, but this was just some fun, silly concept art. And then a marker drawing of that villain. This is what their colors might be. Moving forward, I forget what this was, but yeah, this was me practicing facial expressions, which I'm glad I did, because I've tried to do more with my faces, make them a little more semi-realistic. And then this would eventually become my newer character, Rose, which is like an alt version of another character of mine, which I did because I have too many characters, even though they're technically separate characters, but I did them as the same but alternate version anyway. I don't know. It was just like a base for that design, but I do like it. Concept art for Fluorite, who is going to be a character in my story Moonstone, which I've actually renamed Blood Moon, but I probably talked about that. And yeah, this is going to be Fluorite, who kind of helps the two out from the inside of the society, and he's Mix X, so yeah. This was I think before Wicked 2, or maybe after Wicked 2 when we saw it, and I thought it'd be fun to draw Lai and cast as Glinda and Alphaba, and I decided to do a lot of this in marker, both alcohol marker and acrylic marker. You can tell that's both because it doesn't, some of it bleeds through and some doesn't. But yeah, this is Lai in a Glinda inspired outfit. Yeah, I really like give him the glasses. Obviously this is an old version of Lai, so maybe I'll redraw this in his new version. And then cast, funny, I drew him with green skin here. And then now in his new current design, he has green skin now, like canonically. So this kind of just looks like almost like concept art for his new design, but it's not. Some concept art for characters. Oh, sorry, I skipped past these. These were just random sketches and doodles. Concept art, more concept art for some D&D characters. Another random character that I made. I thought they would be cool as like a pairing to the other one, and then I did a drawing of them right here. Yeah, I did the sketch and the art right next to each other. I believe these are some thumbnails up here, and then some like tattoo concepts that I might get random character again, I think, from one of those random OC challenges. And yeah, I just colored it in. I do like the colors a lot. They're cool. Oh, this was a little sketch of lion cast. I forget what that is. Oh, this was a drawing of fluorite. Once I got them fully designed, I drew this. And this is a comic page of North not having a good time. I drew this in ink, and yeah, I like it. Especially this panel. I like this panel a lot. Some concept art of one of my characters again. This is going to be for character designs that I made for myself. Some more concept art. Oh, a continuation of that. And then this is me trying to draw some Amazing Digital Circus characters in my style. I really love that show, and I want to make fan art for it. I'm going to try to make a video about that, maybe before the finale comes out. But as I say this now, I realize that's going to actually be out pretty soon, so that might not happen. More like random character design roles I was going to do for myself. Swatches. I got some new things, and I swatched them out. Practicing body here. And then I drew a sketch of Nick here. I think I was going to paint this maybe, but I don't remember. The concept art, I actually... Oh, yeah, these were going to be for those random character designs I was talking about. And then this is concept art for that drawing I just talked about the other week, which you can watch the video. So yeah, you can check that out. Over here we have a drawing of Leo. I don't know what I guess I did that in marker maybe? No, highlighter. I don't know what I did this in. I don't remember. Drawings of my OC Cal, which I have not drawn in a while. Or at least I have at this point, but I have not in a bit. So yeah, I wanna draw them again. I'm gonna probably do an artwork of Karl and Victor in May. But I probably won't get around to making a video about that until later. But I'll post it for Mermaid, because I tried to do that. Minecraft, I think, related. Yeah. Practicing some marker art. I saw some tutorials on different ways to color certain textures, and I thought I'd give those a go. So this was a tradition I always like to do, is to make one last doodle during New Year's, make one last doodle New Year's Eve, and then make my first one for New Year's. And this doesn't look great because my 2025, it was good. There was a lot of good things that happened for me, and a lot of bad things, mainly with my mental health. So this kind of vent RT because of that, a little vent art like. But then 2026, first drawing I made, I drew flaw. I think I messed up his mouth or something, or maybe I thought I did that intentionally. I can't remember. Acrylic marker of E.V.A. in red clothes because they're mostly blue, so red goes well with that. I was trying to sculpt a 3D thing, like with clay, but that ended up happening. But I did want to sketch out some stuff for that. And then, ooh, that's cool. I should do something with that. Yeah, concept art for artworks. This is another sketch of a tattoo I do want to make, and I actually think this might be the final design. Yeah, the sketch of it anyway. Oh, I was doing like a little pose challenge, and I gave myself 10 minutes for one pose and then 5 minutes for these. Not like 5 minutes in total, but 5 minutes for each, I believe. And I used highlighter to sketch out the anatomy and then pen for detail. I think this one could have turned out better. This one's pretty good. This one is my favorite. I love how this one turned out with Captain. Yeah, that's really nice. Concept art for Val. These are some of the first concept arts of them, and they actually end up looking fairly similar to this, so that's fun. Okay, so the prompts continue. Okay, I remember this was a whole like 30-day challenge thing that I was doing. I don't think I got through the whole thing, but yeah, this was some of me doing that. The third prompt obviously was legs, and I've been getting better at drawing those. Angles was the fourth prompt. Fifth prompt, sitting down. Things are all specifically for poses. Yeah. Ballerina pose, dynamic pose, blind. tennis, which I did draw the highlight of. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see that, but I didn't finish it. Cosplay, I drew Lies Gojo for Jujutsu Kaisen. Shoulders up. Oh yeah, I drew this portrait of a really cool looking person on Pinterest. Very tiny, but yeah, I liked how that looks. Running, and then obviously this was going to be like instrument playing or something, but I don't remember. And then Val colored concept sketch of Val over here. Even more concept sketch, and I actually ended up giving them this outfit as an alternative outfit. Even more concept art. Yeah, I did a lot of concept art for Val, but then that was pretty much it. Zarin. Oh, I remember this was me trying to continue with the 30-day challenge, and the next prompt was drag queen, and I was going to draw Zarin in a cool drag queen outfit that I saw. Concept art. That was what that is, for an artwork. This was also for a thing, like a week-long thing of designing your character in different themes. I didn't end up doing this, and I don't know why. I think I just... Oh wait, no, I did. I don't remember anything. Almost good. So these are concept art for like a little 7-day challenge of taking a character and designing them in different themes. So I picked a lie, obviously. This is the old lie, but that's okay. And I actually ended up doing them here. I thought this would be a fantastic way to fill up space in the sketchbook. But yeah, we got Cosmic Lie. That's Cosmic Lie. I do really like how he looks. I didn't end up writing anything here, but this is Plush. Yeah, very punk. Love that. Garden, I think, or Overgrown. Very cool. I actually really like how all these turned out. Bath, I think. Little Bath. Evil Hard Rock Core. Yeah, that looks cool. Lagoon. Yeah, man, I really like how all these look. I might try redrawing them with this current design. Who's this one? Okay, I actually do have I did write out all the prompts, I think. Okay, yeah. So that last one was Wretched, which I think is just hardcore clean. And then this last one was Lovely. And I don't think I really finished that all that much, but they were all pretty much finished, just in different quality, obviously. But yeah, I do like how they all look. A little drawing of blank that I did. Ooh, I did this with a piece of scratch art paper and then glued it into here, stuck it. This was going to be something, I don't remember why I cut this out. I don't know, but that's cut out now. But it does make a cool window. Maybe that's what I was doing. I was making a window with paper. That's fun. This is cool drawing. These are nice little drawings that I did with colored pencil. I was probably going to line them, but then I probably didn't end up doing that. Big doodle page that I did, one of those fun little challenges with the week. This was going to be something more concept art. Oh, that's right, these were all concept art for the last piece that I did in this. And look, okay, it's not the last one overall, but it's where I got to, and that's okay. That's fine. It's fine. I ended it in that date. So this lasted a few months, and it's fine. We don't need to talk about how dirty the back of that was, or the fact that I didn't finish it. But anyway, that is everything. That is all the sketchbooks. I'm very excited that I finally was able to show them all. I've been wanting to show them all for a while, but then they just kept piling up. So I decided, you know what, let's just make one big video with all of them. And yeah, that is going to be all for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, you can subscribe. I say more like this. I don't actually do sketchbook tours a whole lot, but I will try to do more of them, especially when I'm actually done with a sketchbook. And so that way they won't build up on each other again, and I can make the video shorter. Or if you do like these longer form videos with multiple sketchbooks, then maybe I'll do that intentionally then. Let me know. And I mostly do digital art on my channel, so if you like that, you can subscribe for that. And you can check out all my other stuff in the description below. If you are a Patreon member, you're seeing this video early for early access. And if you would like to also see these videos out early, especially since I'm uploading them a little bit slower on my main channel, you can head over there and subscribe if you would like to, and if you can. Don't, no pressure if you can't, that's totally fine. Thank you so much for Judas Rat, as always, for supporting me on Patreon. That is everything for me. I will see you in the next video.